Well, hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. In this one, I am going to be discussing the patch notes for today's update in Call of Duty Vanguard multiplayer. So if you guys weren't already aware, just about an hour ago at the time of making this video, there was a surprise update in Vanguard introducing a lot of bug fixes as well as reworks. So in today's video, I am going to be reading off the patch notes, and I must admit, today's update is a little bit smaller than, let's say, a new season or a mid-season update. So that's why come today's video is going to be a little bit shorter than usual. But yeah, with that being said, let's actually dive right into it. So as you guys can see, for January 20th, you can see there are some changes, and starting off right from the top, let's actually talk about the bug fixes. So of course, in the bug fixes category, we have to talk about weapons, and interestingly enough, they state long shots now count when achieved through incendiary rounds damage over time. Now this makes a lot of sense, and it's really good for you camo grinders out there. So essentially what would happen is if, let's say, you're going for long shots and using a weapon that has incendiary rounds, and you see an opponent and he's in the range for you to get a long shot, you start shooting at him and you don't kill him with your bullets. However, shortly thereafter, the incendiary damage from those bullets does end up killing them. However, if that were to happen before this update, that wouldn't count as a long shot, and now that would count as a long shot. So that's really good. And with that being said, let's actually move on over to the second change, and it states, when previewing the well gun after unlocking challenges in multiplayer, the well gun is no longer missing challenge details. So this is really good, because if you guys didn't already know, the actual camo challenges for the well gun were not popping up, which was really weird. So luckily enough, that was changed with today's update. And now let's actually talk about the third one, which is a really major change, and they state, corrected unintended behavior with buck and slug, which resulted in players getting headshot bonuses when shooting limbs. So yes, you heard that correctly. What was happening is that when you were using a shotgun that had either the buck or slug rounds equipped, you were doing headshot level damage to opponents when you're hitting them in the limbs, which is absolutely insane, and would explain why the shotguns are so incredibly broken in Vanguard. And hopefully with this change, the shotguns are a little less powerful. And with that being said, let's actually talk about the perks. And of course, one of the changes for perks is they state, players with the fortified perk are no longer immune to any fire damage, including flame knot and incendiary grenade. Additionally, talking about kill streaks, they fixed an issue where some players would not retain their kill streaks in between rounds, as well as after the update, users can no longer gain infinite ammo with a kill streak bug exploit. And alright, so those are the bug fixes. Now let's actually move on over and talk about weapon balancing changes. And let's actually start off with the shotguns. So interestingly enough, they state Akimbo Double Barrel shotguns damage has been reduced. Which, thank you very much, Sledgehammer Games, because Akimbo Double Barrel shotguns have been absolutely plaguing this game as of recently. And if you couple that in with the buck as well as slug change, hopefully now shotguns are going to be a little bit more in line with shotguns in previous Call of Duty games. And in addition to the buck as well as slug rounds being changed, the actual range of those particular attachments have been reduced, which is really good. Now those were the weapon balancing changes. Now let's actually talk about the adjusted CDL changes. So they go on to state, match time starter is now 30 seconds. Removed FMJ from restricted list, respawn delay timer set to 3.5 seconds, suicide respawn delay timer set to 4.5 seconds, added incendiary grenades to restricted list, added bombing run to restricted list, and finally all kill streaks except artillery strike and cruise missile are restricted and not able to be found while in ranked matches. So yeah guys, those are all the patch notes for today's update here in Call of Duty Vanguard multiplayer. Now interestingly enough, today was a pretty important day in Vanguard, as in addition to this particular update, the official Attack on Titan bundle did end up going live, which is really cool in my opinion. Now interestingly enough, yesterday we officially found out that Season 2 of Vanguard as well as Warzone is going to be delayed until February 14th, which is around 3 to 4 weeks from now at the time of making this video. And one major thing that Sledgehammer Games as well as Raven Software and Activision all made very apparent is that they address the concerns and they recognize the concerns and issues that people have with the game, and they want to be more transparent and they want to implement fixes to those issues. At least from my own interpretation, even though Season 2 got delayed, they still plan on releasing little updates like this just to help fix the game, so that way when Season 2 releases in February, everything is running smoothly and they can introduce new content and it all works. So yeah guys, with that said, that's going to effectively wrap up today's short video. I hope you guys went on to enjoy it, and if you did, do not forget to leave a like on it down below, as well as subscribe and turn on post notifications, so that way you guys will not miss any of the latest and greatest Call of Duty news, class ups, intel, and so much more. So thank you once again for watching. I'm your host, Steeper Jungle, and I hope to see you in the next one.